Hey YouTube, Curtis Spade here. It's been a few months since I've done a video game collection video, and I've added a lot to my collection, so I thought it would be time for an update. So before I take you around my video game room, there are some video games downstairs that I'm going to show first, and then I'll make my way back up here. I just don't have any room for the Sega Genesis up here. And my wife likes to play the Sega Genesis, so she plays that in the living room. So let's go show you those games first, and then we'll come back. Okay, YouTube, so I'm in my living room, and down here we have a Sega Genesis second edition and a first edition Sega Genesis back there. And we also have a Wii down here as well. And these are the Sega Genesis games that we have. Plenty more than my last video. First, we're going to start with the cart-only games. Earthworm Jim, Beavis and Butthead, Road Rash 2, Super Battleship, Disney's Aladdin, X-Men, Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage 2, Taz and the Escape from Mars, The Simpsons, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Desert Strike, Desert Demolition, Six Pack, and Jeopardy Deluxe. And over here we have The Revenge of Shinobi, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This is a Sonic Classics, and this is in a cardboard box. It's got 3 games in there: Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Sonic 2. Sonic Spinball, Quackshot, Miss Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat 3, and I actually have 2 copies of Mortal Kombat 2, F-22, and then these are just generic Sega Genesis cases, but they're some of my more valuable Genesis games that I didn't want to leave just sitting out at cart only. We have Castlevania Bloodlines, and I got this for really cheap at the flea market. And with that same lot, I got Sunset Riders. So I got both of these in the same lot, and I'll actually put a little link to that video so you can check that out. And that's all for my Genesis games. Let's make my way back up to the game room. Okay, YouTube, so I'm back in the game room, and this is basically the angle that you normally see during most of my videos. So let's go ahead and start over here. This is a complete inbox Indigo GameCube, and this is a complete inbox black GameCube with the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition game in there. A sealed copy of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. A sealed copy of Spirit Tracks on the DS. Sealed copy of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword with the Wiimote and soundtrack. And a sealed copy of The Adventures of Link for the NES. Moving down, we have Diddy Kong Racing, a sealed Game & Watch collection that I got from Club Nintendo. Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story, Pokemon Heart Gold, Super Mario 64 DS, Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. And then for the 3DS, Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land, and I actually have Ocarina of Time, but that's in my 3DS right now. A complete inbox Nintendo DS Lite Zelda Edition, and a complete inbox black Nintendo DSi. And if I play the DSi, or if I play the DS in general, that's the one I play. But ever since I got my 3DS, that one usually just stays in the box as well. These are my Super Nintendo games. Complete inbox Bulls versus Blazers. And then all of these right here, these aren't real boxes, they're just cases that I make to keep it organized. I got Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, F-Zero. And the carts that are sitting here, I just haven't had enough time to buy some more cases and print up the labels yet. So the carts are in here, but they're in alphabetical order. Killer Instinct, Mario is missing, Mega Man X, and I actually been offered to buy Earthbound and Mega Man X3 for $200. And I know it's a pretty good deal. Tell me what you think about the deal. The guy's on Craigslist and wants me to pay him via PayPal, and I think it's pretty secure, but tell me what you think. This is a sealed copy of Monopoly that I got at the flea market for $2. Mortal Kombat 3, and that's the manual for Mortal Kombat. Pilot Wings, Smart Ball, X-Men, or Spider-Man, X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Then we got Street Fighter 2, Sunset Riders, and Super Mario All-Stars Complete in Box. This one's the actual box and not a case. You can tell the difference a little bit from the height. Also got Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Punch-Out, Complete in Box, Super Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, Tetris 2, Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, with another copy of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past right here. Excuse the N64 games, I just haven't had time to make cases for these yet. But these carts, these loose carts, WCW Mayhem, WCW versus NWO World Tour, Quest 64, Kirby 64, Mario Party 2, which I have 1 and 3. I just haven't had time to make a case for it yet, and a Japanese version of Pilot Wing 64. And then the ones that I do have in display cases: Army Men Sarge's Hero, Banjo-Kazooie, Bomberman 64, Chameleon Twist 2, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, and a complete in-box Donkey Kong 64, and it does have the expansion pack in there. Excite Bike, a complete in-box GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart 64, Mario Golf, Mario Party 3, and like I said, Mario Party 2 is right there. I just haven't made a case for it yet. Mario Tennis, Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, Paper Mario, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium 2, Rampage World Tour. It's actually a pretty fun game. Rampage 2, Universal Tour, Resident Evil 2, Star Fox 64, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Super Mario 64, Smash Brothers, Tony Hawk, Wave Race, WCW NWO Revenge, WWF Attitude, WWF No Mercy, WWF Warzone, WWF WrestleMania 2000. I'm a big wrestling fan when it comes to the N64, so that's the only reason why I even have these two cart games right here, because I don't have them yet. Yoshi's Story, the collector's edition of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and the non-collector's edition of Ocarina of Time. I have yet to actually find the gold-carded collector's edition for that, but I'm still on the lookout. And not to skip over any of the consoles, so I'm going to just work my way down. Here's my NES console, my Xbox 360, my N64, and there's the AV switch, so I can plug all these up together. My GameCube with 3 Wavebird receivers. I don't have a 4th one. Still currently working on that. Just don't feel like paying the $35 those are going for. Wii remote charger and my Wii with a 500 gigabyte passport. It is soft modded, so I have about 190 Wii/GameCube games on there. Really cool stuff. my PS2, and if you seen my previous collection video, I don't have many PS2 games because my PS2 is modified as well to where I can play copied games. And all you need to do is pop either if it's on a CD or if it's on a DVD, you pop that in first, and then when it stops spinning, you just replace it with your copied game, and then you can play the copies instead of actually buying the games. But I have expanded my PS2 collection since then, and I'm really excited to show y'all when we get to it. And my Super Nintendo, and I do have a better condition Super Nintendo that's not all yellowed, but the reason why I keep this one is my grandmother gave me this one, so just has more sentimental value. Gears of War stand-up, I got this out of one of my GameStop dumpster dives, as well as this Mario Tennis and Super Mario 3D Land displays, and that big Mario display as well. Got those out of GameStop dumpster dives. Moving over to this next shelf, just another loose cart of The Legend of Zelda, Super Game Boy, and Link's Crossbow Training. That's a second copy that I have lying around as well. And behind that is a complete in-box Super Nintendo, and I do have an unboxing of that on my channel, so you can check that out. It's pretty cool stuff. And here's my NES games. Got Blaster Master, Bomberman, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, and I actually have Castlevania and Castlevania 2 down here. Just haven't had the time to make cases for them yet. It just seems to be the story of my life, not enough time. Contra, Darkwing Duck, Donkey Kong Classics, Double Dragon 2, Dragon Warrior, Duck Hunt, DuckTales, Excite Bike, Freedom Force, Friday the 13th, Gradius, Gumshoe, Gyromite, Hogan's Alley, and I believe Hogan's Alley actually has the manual in it. Don't make me a liar. Yep, there it is. And I believe the Duck Hunt also has the manual in it. There it is, manual for Duck Hunt. And I just end up finding those loose manuals lying around, usually like yard sales and stuff. So let me put those back. Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Kung Fu, the original Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers, but the original. Really cool stuff. Mega Man 2, Metal Gear, Metroid, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Millipede, Ninja Gaiden, Paperboy, Renegade, Russian Attack, Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. This is a Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt and World Track Meet. And next to it is Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3. And next to that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. This is Wild Gunman. I've not been able to find the box art to print that up in. The Legend of Zelda, and this is a loose copy of The Adventures of Link. I just haven't had the time to print out a box art printout of it yet. Cart only right here, I have the Best of the Best Championship Karate, Final Fantasy, like I said before, Castlevania and Castlevania 2, Ice Climber, River City Ransom, and Balloon Fight. This is my original Game Boy that my grandmother bought me when I was young, and right next to it was the black Game Boy, the Play It Loud, from the Play It Loud series that I got at the flea market for $5. And moving down is my GameCube collection. Crash Tag Team Racing, Custom Robo, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, F-Zero GX, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, Luigi's Mansion, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart Party 7, Metroid Prime 2, and this Metroid Prime is along with the bonus disc in it. Nintendo GameCube preview disc. I actually got this for free at a Goodwill, and it actually has the disc and manual that came with it. And for some reason, it has like the Zelda manual with some official. It's got a bunch of Zelda stuff in there, so that's what came with it, which is pretty cool. Trying to promote the Wind Waker on the GameCube. Phantasy Star Online, and I just gotta say, all these are actually complete. Unless I say they're not complete, I try not to put any non-complete games in my collection. Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD, Prince of Persia, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Soul Calibur 2, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, WWE Day of Reckoning, WWE Day of Reckoning 2, WWE WrestleMania 18 and 19, Yu-Gi-Oh! False-Bound Kingdom, and this one is actually, hold on, it might be complete. Yeah, that one is complete too. I just got that complete. I had a disc only, or disc and case only for a while. 2 complete copies of the Legend of Zelda promo disc. It's the collector's edition that came with the GameCube. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. 2 complete copies of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master's Quest. And 2 complete copies of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. You got the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And this is actually one of my newest games that I picked up for $1 at a pawn shop, and it is Tales of Symphonia, and it was a former rental, and I got it for $1. So it's in a generic Blockbuster case, but I will end up getting a complete copy of that. That's a great game. My Wii game collection has grown as well, just because having the modified Wii, I had a hard time actually buying games for it when I had them for free. But this is actually Link's Crossbow Training, and I made a case for it since it originally came in this. But there's the game, and inside there is all the manuals that came with it, and I just made a custom case for it so it looks nice on the shelf. Mario Kart Wii, complete copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy, Super Mario Bros., Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and a custom Wii Sports. Same story as the Crossbow Training. Just looks a little bit better on my shelf when I'm able to put it in a full case. Okay, and next to the Wii games, you'll see the black empty DS games. What these are is these are actually Game Boy games that I haven't had time to print out labels for, like those. But these are significantly good games, so I can't skip them. Pokemon Emerald, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, is 4 Swords. Excuse me, it's a little difficult to open some of these with one hand. Minish Cap, NES Classic Series of The Adventures of Link, Final Fantasy Tactics, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. You'd think they would make 3 and 3, Super Mario Advance 3, Super Mario Bros. 3, but no, that'd be too easy. Sword of Mana, Pokemon Sapphire, and the last one is Golden Sun. And then moving to the ones that I have been able to make cases for as of now: Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Land, Donkey Kong Land 2, Kirby's Pinball Land, Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow. And Blue actually has the manual in it, right here. And I modified it to where it just sits right there. So, pretty cool. Tetris, Wario Land 2, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, Pokemon Gold, and I do have Pokemon Silver. It's actually over here, and I'll show you in a second. Just haven't had time to put it in a case yet. A Game Boy Color Super Mario or Zelda: Link to the Past DX, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, DK King of Swing, Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 3, Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and both of these actually have a wireless adapter in there. And Spyro Attack of the Rhinox. And the ones that I haven't made cases for yet is Miss Pac-Man, Mega Man, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Silver, Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. These ones I haven't made cases for yet because I'm unable to find printouts of the cases. But Arcade Classics 2 and 3, this one's got Centipede and Millipede, and this one's got Galaga and Galaxian. I just haven't been able to find printout of that to make cases for, so I don't have those in cases yet. So that's it for that shelf. Continuing over here, a complete in-box Sega Dreamcast, and this is just something I found at the Hoarder's house, so you could check that out in one of my video game hunting videos. And this is just a Wii box. There's no Wii in there. I just think it's pretty cool to have on display. A teal, kiwi, and atomic purple Game Boy Color, Pokemon Center New York edition Game Boy Advance, and a Glacier Game Boy Advance. Two Game Boy Advance SPs. One of them I'm actually selling. I just have it there. My Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles. Here are my strategy guides. And these right here are actually the Fire Emblem art books that came with Fire Emblem Awakening. I have 3 of those. And next to it is Ultimate Unauthorized Nintendo Game Strategies. It's a pretty cool book. Next to that is Game Boy Player's Guide. And then just some of these. My favorites in here would have to be this one, Smash Brothers, as well as this one. It has Luigi's Mansion, Smash Brothers Melee, Wave Race, and Pikmin all in there. Some other cool ones that I think I have is one for Pokemon Red and Blue, Pokemon Yellow, and I just picked this up at the flea market not too long ago, Fire Red and Leaf Green. I picked it up for $3 and it's going for the cheapest I can find online. It's $30. A Wind Waker Collector's Edition, sealed copy of Spirit Tracks Strategy Guide, and a sealed copy of Hyrule Historia. Moving below that, you open up these, and these are all my controllers, my N64 controllers. Excuse me. Game Boy player for the GameCube, my Super Nintendo controllers, my Nintendo controllers. You got the Advantage pad and the light gun back there. GameCube controllers, 3 Wavebird controllers right there, and way back there are my PS2 controllers. Moving over here, my Xbox 360 box. It's empty, or it's not empty, it's got all the inserts and stuff in it, just doesn't have the console because that's hooked up right now. My New York Giants helmet, go Giants. A boxed power pad for the NES. Moving up, a Miss Pac-Man plug and play that my parents bought me like, I don't know, around 8 to 10 years ago. I just never opened it, and I'm not going to open it now because it's pretty valuable. A free Skylander that I found on the ground, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm ready to rumble for the Dreamcast Virtua Fighter for the Saturn. That's it for the Dreamcast and Saturn. Sorry if that's what y'all were hoping for, but I have yet to start really collecting for those consoles. For the PlayStation, I have a Crash Collector's Edition with Crash Bandicoot Warped, Crash Team Racing, and Crash Bash. Also have a Collector's Edition Sled Storm, Need for Speed 3, and NASCAR Rumble. Next to that is Crash Bandicoot Warped. I bought this before I got the Collector's Edition, so I actually have 2 copies of that. A complete inbox Final Fantasy VII Black Label, and I got that for free. One of my buddies saw that I started collecting games, and he said, hey, it's better, you know, in your collection than me using it as a coaster. So here you go. And it is in perfect shape. It is awesome. Another copy of Final Fantasy VII, but it's the Greatest Hits Edition. Pac-Man World 20th Anniversary, and Tomb Raider. Moving on up here, I have my 3DS. Ooh, what was that? Virtua Fighter. I have my 3DS with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in there with its charger, my wireless headsets for the 360, and the keypad for the 360, 4 360 controllers, and then my 360 collection, Borderlands, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, Dark Sector. I got that for like $1, but it's complete and it's really cool. I actually played like the first level or something, but it was actually pretty decent. Devil May Cry, Gears of War 1, 2, and 3, Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach Collector's Edition, Halo Anniversary, Halo 4, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, Mortal Kombat, and Resident Evil 5. Moving up to my Xbox collection, I have Crash, Twin Sanity, Fusion Frenzy, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 2 multiplayer map pack before downloadable content for little kids, Hit and Run, Soul Calibur 2, TAC, TIE 2, and TIE 3. My wife's games, but they're actually pretty fun. Dot Hack Infection for the PS2, Dot Hack Mutation. I actually had the other 2 as well, but they didn't have the manuals, so I sold them. That's right, I sold Mutation and Quarantine, but it'll be okay. Disgaea, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, Disgaea 2, Cursed Memories, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Really fun game is Legaia 2. If you haven't played that, I definitely suggest trying that out. Really fun. Shadow Hearts, Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Smackdown Shut Your Mouth, Suikoden 3, Twisted Metal Black, and Twisted Metal Head On, and I got those for really cheap in a Craigslist deal, and it just wasn't worth the time to resell them because I wouldn't have made any money off of it. So I just added them to my collection. Up there is a complete inbox Game Boy Color Grape and a Indigo complete inbox Game Boy Advance. And behind that is a Super Nintendo Mini complete inbox. And I'm working on doing an unboxing for that as well. I got this Luigi Mansion display out of a GameStop dumpster. And Down there are just some games that I'm selling online right now. My Nintendo Power Glove that I found, some empty or some just extra cords, and there's some extra consoles. And to finish up my collection in this closet, I have a Platinum GameCube with a controller, and here's a original PlayStation, and there it is. I just don't have the room to display all that stuff, so let's do an overview of that. So significantly larger than it was last time. Alright YouTube, well that was my game room tour. It has grown quite a bit in the last couple of months, and I just hope to continue to grow it even more. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought, tell me what a few of your favorite things were. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all later. Peace.